Did you guys know that the clock tower scene in The Great Mouse Detective is the first major use of CGI in an animated film where traditionally animated characters are put inside a computer-generated background? Ever since then, movies, TV shows, and video games have steadily been moving away from traditional 2D artwork in favor of time-efficient 3D models. And while 3D animation has come a long way, there's just something that's been lost, moving away from 2D or even sprite-based artwork. And if only there was a game out there that had great 2D artwork that we could celebrate. What's that? A sponsor transition? Dungeon Fighter Online is a free-to-play anime-inspired multiplayer online RPG. That's a lot of words. Seriously, if you're a fan of flashy 2D action gameplay, don't tap the sides of your phone twice. Just don't skip the advert. Seriously, stick around. Actually, this is legit. This is actual gameplay. This game lets you choose from over 16 unique characters. You can join your friends in action-packed raids and dungeons. Not only do you have the 16 unique characters to choose from, you have more than 60 class advancements to customize and explore. And did I mention how cool the animations and powers are? Look at this! I can't even believe they're actually paying me to promote this. This looks sick! And I'm just gonna let the animations speak for themselves for a second. TFO has been going strong for over 10 years, and in their recent update, they have increased the level cap from 100 to 110, along with new main storyline events, new dungeons, and new areas. If you haven't played this game yet, you have tons of content to go through, and if you're a veteran, you got new stuff to head back to. For newbies, you have the Newbies Always Welcome event, where you gain special bonuses and goodies when you power up with veterans. And if you're one of those veterans helping newbies, you get to power level your friends, and once they get to level 100, you can access the high-level dungeons with the new Stories mode, which lets you buy plus 12 reinforcement weapon tickets, as well as crafting and upgrade materials. Use my coupon code... Okay, hold on. Welk, Omet, Odfo, Gift. Dungeon Fighter Online! Guys, your animations are top tier, but I'm going to need another sponsorship to afford a new pair of glasses if you want me to read something like that again. Use this coupon code, and you will receive 10 life tokens, 50 Remy's Scarling Torch, and a complete funky avatar set. Anthony, show the ticket. And it comes with a rainbow afro. Be sure to click the link in the description to download and try the game. Don't forget to use my coupon code... this thing, and I don't know, maybe write it down on a piece of paper or something, and get all those goodies and try one of the longest lasting and best anime action RPGs today. Howdy friendos, my name is Stuart, and welcome to our review of a Sherlock Holmes homage. And what's unfortunate about this is as soon as I mention Sherlock Holmes, I know a bunch of people are going to be asking me to cover the Munderback Humberbon BBC version. Guys, seriously, that series is not as good as you remember. If you want a quick review, I'm gonna need maximum video engagement on this. I need those subscribe buttons hit, I need that bell ding-donged, and I need that comment section locked and loaded. I don't know, a debate about the superiority of recliners versus rocking chairs or something, because BBC Sherlock is a frustrating experience, especially if I'm trying to unironically look at it through the lens of alignment. If you haven't watched the show in a while, spoilers by the way, skip to here if you don't want to hear this spoiler. There is a super secret, super genius sister of Sherlock's that kind of secretly controls England. And Sherlock forgot the sister existed along with a dead friend that he thought was a dog. Anyway, back to the actual good Disney movie. This film is set in 1897 London, where mice have their own society similar to humans. The society is so similar that there are animal counterparts to Holmes, Watson, the Queen of England, and Moriarty, while the real Holmes, Watson, Queen, and Moriarty still exist. It's a setting! Anyway, this story follows Basil of Baker Street, a brilliant detective who thwarts injustices to best his arch nemesis, Professor Rattigan. Oh, and to appease Zico. I love saying Rattigan, it's so much fun. When we first meet Basil, he's already solved countless crimes and has earned a reputation for it, among the mousedom of London. Despite this, he still has been thwarted time and time again by Rattigan and goes through slumps of depression against his rival. We've all been there, buddy. And while Basil is encouraged and working with the law, it is important to note that his ego plays a large part in his decisions. Basil, just like classic Sherlock, is an egotistical and flawed character who solves mysteries for the thrill of the puzzle and less for the desire to help others. I think we will put him at chaotic neutral to start the film to reflect his wild excitement and eccentric nature. And with all out of the way, let's go. However, before we go, did you know that you can watch the next 3 alignment videos ahead of schedule by becoming a channel member, a patron, or a Twitch subscriber? Whichever one is most convenient for you, you could just go ahead and do that. Becoming any of these premium members gives you access to the next 3 alignment videos on your select platform and gives you a spot at the end credits of our alignment videos and gaming videos. Each membership also gives you access to another unique set of benefits. YouTube Premium gives you access to stickers and emojis not available anywhere else, and sometimes a 4th bonus alignment video. Patreon gives you access to monthly wallpapers, lore packets, and access to the uncut archive of our D&D campaigns. And Twitch gives you access to a different set of emote stickers and access to our entire streaming library. If you're especially ambitious and want to collect all 3 Infinity Stones of the Loading Crew, this gives you access to a special title in our Discord. It's mostly bragging rights, but hey, you're better than everyone else. Check any of the links in the description to gain access and help support the channel.
I told you I could get it open, Geoffrey.
Well, you certainly showed me, Pippin.
Geoffrey, look over there.
Over where?
Over there, on the veranda.
What? Oh, I do believe that's a slice of red.
Didn't we speak of killing them on sight earlier?
Why, yes, I do believe we did.
Oh, yes, I believe we did, absolutely.
Well, looks like I gotta go.
Are you sure you have a hold of him correctly, Geoffrey?
Well, of course I'm holding him correctly, Pippin. I take offense to that comment.
I take offense to you taking offense to that comment.
I'll get you tired.
Arriving home in a disguise I'm sure Disney would be proud of, Basil ignores his new clients, Dawson and Olivia, to study bullet forensics. I know you can argue he's busy with another case, but ignoring a new client while also ready to blast a motherfucking pillow without warning is chaotic neutral.
Yes.
Another dead end.
With another dead end to Rattigan, Basil grieves with his violin, ignoring the troubled clients in the room. He only snaps out of his funk when he discovers Rattigan's right-hand bat, Fidget, is involved with the kidnapping of Olivia's daughter. Chaotic neutral.
From the brain that brought you the Big Ben caper.
Normally, I'd wait to talk about our big bad, but I have to give Rattigan a nat 20. Rattigan is a deliciously evil, smug criminal who uses his cunning for crime and is played by Vincent Price. With his latest scheme to rule all of Mousedom, London, as the Queen's consort, Rattigan may seem like a lawful evil character. However, he flies off the handle if things don't go his way, if he's called a rat, or if he just wants to prove a point. He also seems to do evil for evil's sake, and he loves it. He's more of a criminal for the thrill and fun of it rather than a genuine desire for power. Rattigan is chaotic evil. Hearing Olivia's account of the abduction, the group spots Fidget spying on them. While he escapes, Basil collects his hat and accepts the case. Wanting to bring Dawson with, he's resistant to Olivia since she's a child, but relents. Chaotic good.
I say, Basil, who is this Toby chap?
Here he is now.
Borrowing the upstairs dog while he's solving a case about a red-headed league, Basil claims that he's trained Toby and is using him to track Fidget. Seeing that they seem to know each other and he doesn't seem to be lying, let's just give this a chaotic good. Coming to a toy store, Basil sneaks in, warning Dawson and Olivia about Fidget. Despite this, Olivia plays with a toy that causes plenty of noise. To be fair, Basil is showing a lot of patience and restraint, so neutral.
Someone has taken the liberty of removing the clockwork mechanisms from these toys.
Finding stripped toy soldiers and missing gears, Basil tries to deduce the mystery, again ignoring Dawson with a clue, when Fidget strikes. Capturing Olivia, Fidget evades the detectives. In the end, Basil fails to stop the bat. Chaotic neutral.
Olivia, she's gone, Dawson.
Failing yet again, Basil yells at Dawson for failing to watch Olivia. He realizes he's being too hard on his partner. Basil insists that they find Olivia and won't give up. Luck is on their side when Dawson finds their next clue. Lawful good.
Yes.
We've done it, old fellow.
Using the power of science, Basil is able to track Rattigan's whereabouts to the most seedless part in London, the Rat Trap. Going to the bar in disguise, Basil attempts to sneak in and find clues. Lawful good.
I'll have a dry sherry with,
2 points for me and my shipmate.
Gauging the reaction of the crowd, Basil name drops Rattigan. This works as he begins watching the bar attempt to drug the do-gooders. He does warn Dawson seconds after Dawson finishes his drink. Oops, neutral good.
If it isn't our peg-legged friend. What luck!
Spotting Fidget, Basil rescues Dawson from a bar fight. As chaos erupts, the two follow Fidget. Finding Rattigan's lair, they walk right into Rattigan's trap. You know, you do have to respect the banner and the balloons. Lawful good.
Rattigan, no one can have a higher opinion of you than I have. And I think you're a slimy, contemptible sewer rat.
After trading insults with Rattigan, Basil resigns himself to failing again and falls into another slump. He's quickly put into a trap and is ready to let the trap spring with him in it. Even when Basil figures out what Rattigan's plan is, he stays put, feeling defeated. Neutral. Also, while Basil is in his slump, let's quickly go over our Watson stand-in. Dawson is a major cadet who just got off the boat to London. He's a genuinely kind man and willing to help Olivia and work with Basil despite only just knowing him. He might make silly mistakes, but he has a good heart at the end of the day. Lawful good.
I know you can save us, but if you've given up, then why don't we just set it off now and be done with it? Set it off now?
With Dawson's frustrated remark, Basil has the spark of an idea. Now, what could only be described as sheer brilliance, madness, and the purest luck, Basil is able to escape the death trap with Dawson and Olivia to get back on the case. Lawful good.
Smile, everyone.
With the game afoot, Basil, Dawson, Olivia, and Toby go after Rattigan. Discovering Olivia's father and the Queen, Basil uses the robotic double to insult Rattigan in front of everyone and reveal his scheme. Lawful good.
You, Professor!
I'm none other than a foul, sensuous rodentus, commonly known as a...
Don't say it! You are a rat! Ah!
In the chaos of the struggle, Olivia is captured again, Rattigan insisting not to follow. Basil pursues with Flavorsham and Dawson in a makeshift hot air balloon across London. Neutral good.
Let her go, chaps!
Jumping onto Rattigan's ship, Basil distracts Rattigan and crashes into Big Ben. Protecting Olivia from a now engaged Rattigan, Basil is able to save her before getting smacked around. Timing everything just right, Basil waits until Bin Ben shakes Rattigan down to his Disney death. With the day saved and a medal to be given, Basil says his goodbye to the Flavorshams. When Dawson is set to leave, Basil is visibly upset, and using a new client's arrival, Basil proposes a partnership, room and board for his friend, while also lying that they've always been partners. Lawful good. Honestly, Great Mouse Detective is just a fun to Doyle's character. The characters, the writing, and everything are just fun, and the animation, especially the Big Ben scene, is just marvelous to look at. It still holds up. Honestly, this is probably my favorite introduction into Sherlock Holmes, and if you're interested in getting into the book series, this is a very good start. I know I memed really hard at the beginning of the video, but if this video does do well, we will take a look at other versions of Sherlock Holmes. I'm definitely down for the Robert Downey Jr. movies, and yes, I am down for the BBC version. Some people take it as a personal attack when I meme on their favorite things, and I promise it's not personal, it's just fun for me. Let me have my fun, damn it. We've actually had a big uptick in views lately, so if you guys like this, comment, subscribe, make this go ding ding, you know, make the numbers go burr. I'll do the Sherlocks, I don't care. That sounds fun. Let's do it. Let's go. Thank you to the patrons. I'll see you next time.